in conclusion, I have a set routine, whether I'm traveling or going to a restaurant here locally. And this is covering all the other restaurants that I go to, which I contact by phone ahead of time. Many of these are smaller operations and they don't have a gluten-free menu. Calling ahead definitely avoids the awkwardness when they tell me that. So I can be on my phone and not go to that restaurant, and it's just much simpler. One of the things that I've found when I do travel is I noticed in a Florida travel magazine, which I go to Florida frequently for family and any other reason. But I go to Florida, and in this travel magazine, it was stating that it was doing an interview with all kinds of restaurant owners. One of the restaurant owners, in conclusion on this particular article, said customers who are gluten-free, should they be eating in restaurants at all? At all. And what this said to me, this restaurant owner, this article, this Florida tourism article, was saying you better rent a place with a full kitchen because restaurants don't really want to serve you. And I was glad. I was glad that Florida came out and just said it point blank. Why not? It's their choice to not serve me, and it's their choice to say, we don't want you. The whole Florida tourism group doesn't want you. So that was that episode in Florida. Then I went to Las Vegas on a business trip. In this case, I called the restaurant manager ahead of time from home. Las Vegas is a long way away. Well, this restaurant manager never called me back at home. So I had to meet my plane, got to this hotel, and when it was time, I went to the restaurant and said, do you have a gluten-free menu? Well, that took them by surprise. They were a little bit awkward themselves because they really did not have a gluten-free menu. So they asked the chef to come out. And this man was a wonderful, wonderful man. Now, this trip could have turned into a disaster for me, but he said that he felt that there were some items on the menu that would be gluten-free, and he would prepare them that way. He did ask me, did I call ahead? And I said yes. I knew the manager's name, and I told him I called this guy. He never called me back. And so he proceeded to get items on the menu for me, and his wait staff all were so very helpful, and they helped me pick out items that would be easily made gluten-free, which was so beneficial because I was a woman traveling alone, and there was no way I could go out onto the Las Vegas Strip and try to find a restaurant that handled gluten-free. There was no way I could do that by myself. So he really saved me, this chef and his wait staff, so I was really pleased. So that's some of the things that I've encountered. I have to call ahead, and if I'm going long distance, I most certainly call ahead. This man really, really saved that trip for me. So he was a really great professional chef, and he made superb food. I'm writing this because it's important to embrace gluten-free for yourself through phone calls and any other method that might get you the information. One of the things that I think I need to stress, that I am come to the conclusion that when I get faced with the long waits, I'm at a restaurant, I called ahead, they have the menu, but I'm faced with that long wait, that's becoming my trigger moment where my husband and I are going to get up and leave that restaurant immediately. He says if we ordered wine, we'll pay for the drinks, but we're leaving the food behind. And they don't care. They're going to throw that meal out. We have no idea what they're doing to it. So that long wait and the exclamation that, oh, it's finally coming out. I'm not going to bother with that any longer, and we're just going to get up and leave. So that's my only advice as to how to proceed. That's how I'm going to proceed, because it's just ridiculous to call ahead and then find this out after you're seated and you're waiting. I'm not going to pay for it. I don't want anything to do with it. As far as I'm concerned, I was lied to. So that's all for today. There's going to be one more in my series. I'm going to talk about a local restaurant that's actually I visited in 2 different states and 1 in another country. Same restaurant, same treatment. So I will be adding that one. Have a great day, good health, and good eating.